Hello, welcome to my full spoiler-free review of the new Backrooms movie that is officially out tomorrow. And so, for those that have come directly here that did not see my spoiler-free short, the premise is that a strange doorway appears in the basement of this showroom of this furniture store. And so, for those that don't know, so the Backrooms was started on this essentially creepy wiki where people would post things and caption them. So it was someone that had posted, and it's yellow floor, yellow walls, and they said caption this. So, the caption was talking about the mustiness and the unsettlingness, and essentially it is a universe within our universe in a way where it is a world that just kind of keeps going and going and going and going and going, and it's almost never ending. And once the caption was done, the Backrooms really blew up within like the indie sphere. And the director, Kane Parsons, he actually created a web series slash Backrooms movie on YouTube many years ago. So he directed this. So it's his debut film, and there's a lot to say. So with that being said, I'm Shay, and let's get into the full spoiler-free review. So one of the things I want to mention is that this movie is a slow burn, but I think it was done in a good way, because the slow burn aspect that you see leading up to the discovery of this doorway is really like character development and kind of getting a feel of your of the leads in this movie. And it's one of those movies that you end up having mixed feelings about some of the people in it. You're just you're not too sure what to think of them and such. But honestly, the acting in it was really good. And everything with the Backrooms and how all the rooms that they come across, they were so well done. And it was one of those things that my understanding of the Backrooms is, once you what they call no clip into the Backrooms, you shouldn't be able to return. And this is one that I saw in the trailer. He would go in, and it's like, you see a clip later on in the trailer where he's talking to someone about the Backrooms, and it's, how did he get out? And so they explain that in a way. And for those that are curious about it, this is a different take on the Backrooms, which I think that's why he's able to come and go, not necessarily being tied, like connected via rope or something to our world. I also was curious about the anomalies, because the original premise was there weren't any anomalies, and it was just the eeriness of this office, this endless office, that really was what was unsettling. So they do answer that. And what you do end up seeing, I enjoyed the way they went about it, where it's not completely in your face, it's not completely obvious. It's one of those things that you're not too sure what's happening, but whatever is happening isn't good. So I thought that was great. The set design, the cinematography, the music was a huge aspect. And it's slowly going mad in its own way as well. There were moments that I jumped. There were moments that I was, kicking my legs. There were moments that I was sitting up and I was like, oh my God. And, yeah, once the pacing got going, it got going. And it's one of those movies that, as things progress, you kind of just have more and more and more questions. There were a number of things that were explained, and there were a lot of things that weren't explained. And I was kind of reading a thought about the movie where someone was saying that, that's the beauty of the Backrooms, is that, there are so many people can theorize so many different things with this movie. And, I really like the take that they had on what exactly the Backrooms is and what you see in the Backrooms, why you see what you see. And, with the Backrooms, you have rooms with things half in the floor. You have rooms where you have a bunch of furniture piled up. You have, just weird things, like a pool. You have like a living room, you have like a Christmas room. And it's one of those things that they go into theorizing why, these rooms are in the Backrooms, which I kind of liked. And the direction of the movie really surprised me. And it's one of those movies that it jumps, where it's a movie that, you follow kind of the story of one person and you get to a point, and then it kind of rewinds to, like, let's say, like earlier on that day. And time is a weird thing, because sometimes in the movie it's like, okay, it's been a couple days. And sometimes in the movie it's been a couple hours. And then sometimes in the movie it's like a flashback many years. And even where the movie ended was really interesting too, where it's kind of left things open-ended to your own interpretation. The ending surprised me, and the direction of the movie, and there were some twists, and there were moments that I questioned myself, where I asked, watching what was happening, I was thinking, I wouldn't proceed. But then I think, well, am I not proceeding because I know of the eeriness of the Backrooms, or would I not proceed, because that it's a weird place. I got myself thinking about that, where, exploration's happening, and it's like, am I thinking, would I not do that simply because I know of the Backrooms, whereas the people in the movie, they don't know anything about the Backrooms? Or I'm just not wanting to venture into this strange territory? Or is it a bit of both? That was something that I was thinking about. But honestly, this was a really well done, it is a horror movie, but it's not a typical horror movie. I mean, there is suspense, edge of your seat, times where people are being chased, but it's not, it's like they're running and you hear something. It's not necessarily someone is right on their tail that you see them. So I thought that was really interesting, that it's like you hear something, but you don't know where or how far whatever they're hearing is. And yeah, no, I really really enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again on opening night, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I can make more connections, and then of course do a full spoiler free review. But honestly, there was just a lot of great things about this movie. Really 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 well done. And I think people are going to have a lot to say about this movie. I think it kept to what people liked about the Backrooms. An issue that some people have with the Backrooms is the amount of the different communities, because the Backroom initially wasn't supposed to have anomalies, and then you had a group where they did do some anomalies, and they also did multiple floors. And then it was only supposed to get to a certain number of floors, and then another group ended up doing so many more floors. And it's one of those things that some people wished it kept it simple, where it was supposed to be the eeriness of the space and sound was supposed to be what was, it was the unknown. And people weren't too sure what was going to happen with the movie, but I think that they did a good I think the movie's gonna satisfy a number of like a number of fans. I think so. And honestly, the reviews that people have said have all really enjoyed it. So I think this movie's going to do really well. I think people are going to have a lot to say. And yeah, so as always, thank you so much for listening up to this point. I'm always very appreciative of people watching for any length of time, or just playing in the background. You know, it's not something that you actually have to sit and watch. You can just play while you're driving in the car. But thank you so much. If you like my video, you can hit the like button. If this is something that you know, you would love to show a friend, you can share it. If you're enjoying my reviews, you can hit the subscribe button. There's no fees or anything like that. And then you can turn on notifications, so when I upload a video, you get notified right away. So it kind of, oh yeah, I have to go back and actually watch this new video, because I know people get busy. But yeah, let me know how my review was. Is this a movie that you really liked? Is it a movie that you want to see multiple times? Did you know anything about the Backrooms before going to see this movie? Did you know anything about the Backrooms before you listened to this review? Please comment down below. I read even though I only get a couple comments sometimes, I read every single one. I try to respond to everyone. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Backrooms for a second time tomorrow night. So until then, thanks so much. Bye.